Hi, this is Christine with CampSmarts. So I've been tagged to talk about the one item I would take with me into the woods. And this is the one item I'd like to take. It's my backpack. It's got food, it's got water, it's got everything I need. This doesn't count? Didn't think it would. Anyway, I thought it was a very hard thing to come up with, just one item to carry out in the woods. My first thought was, well, I need a knife. I don't have a big Rambo knife, but I do have my big rock. And that would be very handy. So I figure in a survival situation, my biggest concern is going to be shelter. One can live for 3 days without water and 3 weeks without food. But you can really only survive for minutes, hours, depending on what the temperature is outside. I do live in Canada, so that would be my prime concern, would be to escape the elements and to make sure to stave off hypothermia. So my first thought then was I need a fire striker, something to start a fire. And yes, that would be very good. But if I am lost, or if I'm in a survival situation because I'm injured, and I cannot, if my hand, something is wrong with my arm, my hand, my feet, whatever it may be, that I can't really gather wood or actually make a fire, then I'm still in a bad situation. So my thought really is that the best thing for me would be an emergency bivvy. Okay, so an emergency bivvy like the SOL emergency bivvy, it's small enough. I do have this in my survival kit, and it's something that I feel can be very helpful. It's supposed to reflect 90% of body heat back. So, and it's also like a sleeping bag. So even if it's raining, it's also going to keep you dry in case you're in a place where you can't really find shelter, overhead shelter. Now you might be thinking you wouldn't necessarily want to be relying on just this. I know some people that have done this video have cheated a little bit with saying they have their EDC. Well, in my EDC, or part of my EDC I should say, is always my Altoids tin. And this idea is it's without thinking about the EDC. If I only had one item, this is the one I would choose. But in my Altoids tin, I do have my signal fire, so I have a way of signaling for help, and I have a fire striker, and I also have, if I can get this out of here, my Gerber LST. So it's not a very big knife, but it is big enough to get some things done. So even if I don't have this with me, I still think this would be enough to be out in the woods. Now, it's not that it would be the ideal situation. Obviously, if I thought that this was enough, I wouldn't carry anything else and my pack would be a lot lighter. Obviously, you should at least have a little survival kit, pocket-sized survival kit with you at all times as well. So I'm not sure who I'm going to tag yet, but by the time I edit this video and put it up, I will have figured that out, and you'll be able to see it right after and below in the descriptions as well. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed that.